Hey everyone. Today our goal is going to be how to use a weather website to find weather data for a certain area on Earth. So the weather website that the teachers want you to use, if you follow my mouse pointer, is going to be wunderground.com. So here it is. I have it highlighted, wunderground.com, which is basically Weather Underground. There's a lot of websites out there, but we're all going to try to stick to using the same thing to find our data. So when you get to Weather Underground, I'm already on the site. There's a search locations box that my mouse pointer is now in. So again, the search locations box, you're going to have to figure this out and use it yourself. Will allow you to search locations. So for example, I live in Hopewell, New Jersey. So once I start typing Hopewell in, you'll see that Hopewell, New Jersey pops up here in the pre-filled in locations. So I could click there to find information about Hopewell. Crossroads South is located in Monmouth Junction. So if I type Monmouth Junction, it kind of appears here as well. I could click there. You could also search, like, let's say San Francisco. That's a place I want to eventually get to. San Francisco, if I can type it here. Cisco, California, you could search San Francisco, or we can even go out of the country. You can basically search anywhere on Earth. You could do Rome, Italy. I've been there. So there it is, Rome, Italy. Just make sure when you start to search for places that you click on the one that you actually want to be in. So for our purposes, I'm going to search Monmouth Junction where the school is. I'll click on Monmouth Junction. And once my screen loads here, you'll see that now I'm in Monmouth Junction. So let's keep in mind that when I'm filming this video, it's currently Saturday, March 28th of 2020. I'm getting weather data for Saturday. And I want to make sure that when I did my search, it's actually taking me where I wanted to go. So my mouse pointer here is showing me that I'm in Monmouth Junction, New Jersey, and it's showing me the current weather conditions. Okay, remember, this is not climate information. This is weather. This is like right now what's happening with our atmosphere that surrounds the planet. You'll see this Woodlot Station. That's where the weather station is that's getting all the data for this site. I have no idea exactly where Woodlot Station is, but it's somewhere in Monmouth Junction. There's a piece of technology that is picking up all of this weather data. So in Monmouth Junction, if I scroll down here, one piece of information that you're going to have to gather that's very important for an area is the current temperature. Now, that's the big number in this green circle. Okay, so my mouse pointer is right next to the current temperature, which would be 46 degrees, and that F is Fahrenheit. You might also see a C sometimes, not on this website, but you might come across a C. That's for Celsius. However, in the United States, we use Fahrenheit. So that's the current temperature right now. Okay, if I kind of go over here to the right, you'll see this cloud with rain. This is the section for the current conditions. Okay, so the current condition right now is cloudy with rain. Okay, now I'm outside right now. I figured let's be a part of the weather while I'm filming this, and you might be able to even hear the raindrops on this Saturday afternoon. But it's currently raining at my house, and it's also raining in Monmouth Junction currently. So this is, again, the current weather conditions. If I go down, this second smaller circle, this is wind. Inside is a 1. That means right now in Monmouth Junction, the wind is blowing at 1 mph. That's miles per hour. Okay, and you'll notice that it also tells you the wind direction. Now, a lot of times people want to automatically say, oh, it's blowing from the north because they see the N. That's not always true. That N is always there to show you that's the northern direction. Right now, the wind is actually coming from the east. So remember, the north is where my mouse pointer is. East would be over here where my mouse pointer is. South would be down here. And over here would be west. Okay, so if I take my little drawing tool here, just because I want to play with it, it's something new I haven't used before, and we can use blue. Again, this would be east over here. Bear with me as I use this. East, this would be west. And then up here would be north. And down here would be south. Okay, so right now the wind is kind of coming from the east. There might be situations where you might see the arrow up here. Okay, something like there. Well, that would be better described as the northeast location that the wind is coming from. Again, the wind travels from the east today. That means it's coming from the east and heading towards the west. All right, so that's all about the wind there. Let me clear those markings. Now, if we scroll down, we can kind of get a summary of today. So this little block right here is giving us the summary of today's weather conditions. Okay, kind of some of the stuff we already talked about. And then if I keep going down, we can get 100% chance of rain today. Precipitation, by the way, is any liquid that falls from the sky. It could be rain, could be snow, could be sleet. Today it's coming down as liquid water, so it's rain, 100%. Pollen count, no pollen today. Good air quality. And UV index, that's the sun's light, it's medium today, moderate. If we continue down, these additional conditions are going to be important. You're going to have to find some of these. One very important one is the pressure. Okay, that's the air pressure from the atmosphere. In Monmouth Junction, it's 30.12. This IN is inches. Air pressure is measured in inches. That's going to be important. You're going to have to find that. It shows us our visibility. That's how far ahead we can see. Today is not a great day of visibility. Usually, if it's a very clear day, you can see up to 10 miles ahead. It's cloudy. The dew point, we'll talk about what this dew point means eventually, but it's 44 degrees Fahrenheit right now. That's what that F means. Humidity is a percentage. That's the stickiness of the water vapor in the air. It's 90%. It's a pretty high humidity day. And we've gotten 0.11 inches of rain in Monmouth Junction so far today, and we have no snowfall today. So these are additional conditions that you'll have to use today as well for the area you search. As I continue down, this astronomy section is also very important. It's going to give us the actual time. You're going to have to find this of the sunrise and sunset location of your area. Now, the sun doesn't really rise and set. The earth rotates, which makes it appear to rise and set. But today in Monmouth Junction, the sun rose at 6:48 a.m. and it will set tonight at 7:19. And if we keep going down, it will tell us the length of day. That's going to be important as well. And today in Monmouth Junction, there's 12 hours and 30 minutes of daylight. All right, so that's how much sunlight we'll get. So it's a little bit more than half the day is sunlight. It says tomorrow will be 2 minutes, 40 seconds longer than today was. That makes sense because as we get closer to the first day of summer, we get more and more daylight until summer, the first day, which is the longest daylight of the year. We just started spring, so we're building up our daylight after being in winter where we barely had any daylight. It was mostly nighttime. It will tell you the moon rise and set times, and it will tell you the moon phase. Tonight's moon phase, remember it's Saturday, is going to be a waxing crescent. 18% of the moon is visible. It's illuminated. It will tell you upcoming moon phases. The next full moon looks to be April 7th, so you get all this astronomy data. So see, astronomy still does have a connection to weather. All these things kind of connect. If you're interested in some history of the weather, well, KTTN, that's not Monmouth Junction. That's actually, I think, Trenton. You can get some information for Trenton, the average, history of the weather over, many years. And remember, that average is actually a climate number. That's the history of conditions over many years. And there's one last thing I want to show you. If we go up to the top, there is a tab for 10-day. If we click on 10-day, it's going to bring up the weather conditions, hopefully, for the next 10 days. This is what's known as the weather forecast. Okay, a forecast is a prediction. It has to do with the weather. There's no climate forecast. There's a weather forecast. So once this loads, you'll see that it gives us a span of 10 days of what they think the weather will be. That 10 days is including today. Now, some weather places even go up into 14 days into the future. But after that, it's really kind of just a good guess. It's unpredictable. So they kind of stick within 2 weeks. And believe me, as you probably realize as well, things change with the weather constantly. So sometimes their forecast today might even be wrong. Like, for example, yesterday, Friday, they weren't expecting it to be as nice as it was. It was supposed to be more of a rainy, cloudy type day. So again, the weather can change in an instant. But if it's what we get in the moment, oh, here it is. It's loaded. We can see the 10 days from today all the way up until Monday, April 5th of what we kind of think the weather is going to be. That's the forecast. There's a calendar feature to kind of look at the weather for the month. There's a history feature that we might get to later. But basically, for your assignment today, maybe you want to do some shopping as well. Interesting clothing there. You're going to search a location and you're going to fill out a Google form of weather data for that location. The only thing we ask is please do not search anywhere in New Jersey. So you have 49 other states to choose from, and anywhere else on earth is also fine. So if remember, not New Jersey and anywhere 49 states or the rest of the world you can search. Make sure you think about where you want to search first, be creative with it, and use the video to find the information that you need. All right, so good luck with that. Have a good day. Hopefully, when you watch this video, the weather will be a little bit better than it is today on this Saturday. And have a good day. Thanks for watching.